There is a deep-seated need on behalf of pilots to know what others in our profession have done wrong so we can
The arts have always survived. They survived the Depression. So
4 years ago, I think they would tell you that we have made a difference in their life.
They founded Mobile in 1702. They brought with it...
Are very great in both human and in monetary terms. It's the same definition. We really do the same things. But there's
around the country, and Condé Nast Traveler just named as one of the 7 wonders of the world, actually.
Amazing what we've created in the span of just a century. From the expansive minds of 2 incredible bicycle makers, very determined guys at Kitty Hawk, to an industry that has literally become a part of our daily life.
Utah inhabitants are
I'd even venture to say bebop. A lot of the music came from here. It comes from someplace.
And he was just starting his career. So they came out here, bought this land, and he built the house first, which was
bridges of understanding between science, society, and technology.
The most prominent part of the region that you're in.
Hadn't really looked at it that way. I said I work with metal, and sometimes people
around
smile.
a campfire and unload the horses and serve them a supper and then sing a few songs around the campfire.
Get my horse and saddle and take us out on the range. There's 2 going up and over the top. It looks like this fucker might have got hurt, but that's okay. We're finished.
Saddle and bareback bronc riding are the most popular events. Each rider must stay on his mount for the prescribed 8 seconds, presuming he does.
Cessna is really known as the company that taught the world to fly. And going back to our heritage back into the 1927 era, Cessna really is all about bringing people into aviation. Well, the Wichita plant, which is our founding plant, currently is our manufacturing for our Caravan utility airplanes and our Citation jets. So people really pull together. They feel good about what we do. They feel good about the position that we have. They feel good about our history. They feel very good about how we contribute.
These are billets of northern white ash. Once a tree is felled, it's cut into bolts of 39 to 40 inches long. They are kiln dried to just the right temperature and the right weight and the right moisture. We actually make around 1 million wood bats per year, and about 200,000 of those are made for professional baseball and come out of this facility in Louisville as true Louisville sluggers.
When we looked at the spirit safe, you saw the alcohol coming off the stills. It looks just like water, and that's because it hasn't touched the inside of a barrel yet. Bourbon, when you're judging a good bourbon, one of the first things you look for is the color, and this is a nice, deep, rich amber, which is perfect.
They're made square, then they go to the rounder, and they're cut to the barrel ends. All the heading and stave wood starts out 5/4 of an inch thick. It's planed down to 15/16 of an inch. Then after joining the stave wood, we'd raise the barrel.
Polycarbonate resin, pebbles of plastic, and we heat that plastic up to about 250 degrees. And it's an injection molding process where we place the clear disc into a vacuum chamber with an ingot of aluminum.
This surprise attack on the United States left the nation stunned. Reaction by the government was swift and intense, driven by a combination of hysteria, fear, and racism. Since 1996, they've collected over 750 interviews with Japanese American inmates from the 10 World War II concentration camps.
The word densho is a Japanese term that means to pass stories on to the next generation.
It's a story of children, health, education, and life. These particular kids are in a local village school in Mtwambu, paid for the most part by tourism dollars. However, for every child in the country who's in school, who does have a family, there is another who has none of that. In Arusha town alone, estimates range from 7,000 to 10,000 children are orphans. The few functioning orphanages are overflowing, meaning more and more homeless children on the streets each day. This is the north coast of Espanola Island in the Dominican Republic. Arguably the best kiteboarding in the world and certainly the best in the Caribbean. Thousands flock here for the wind and the waves. There are 7 international airports on an island that's about 18,000 square miles, a little over twice the size of New Hampshire. As a result, many who visit here see the airport, then stay safely ensconced within the confines of their chosen resort, safely sheltered from another reality of this tropical paradise: poverty. 60% of the country's 9.5 million residents are living in poverty, living on less than $2 a day. 1 in 3 are living on less than $1 a day. The seamier side of life in paradise is a reality throughout the world. In fact, according to the most recent United Nations Human Development Report, over 2.6 billion, 40% of the planet's population, live in poverty. A life without a shred of dignity.
A lot of people think that grilling and barbecuing is exactly the same thing. Barbecuing is cooking indirect heat over low temperature. Grilling, on the other hand, is going to be high heat. Okay, so my brisket is hit 185 degrees. I'm ready to take that off.
On nearly all the steepled roofs. Beautiful creatures that simply by their presence provide considerable entertainment.